Hey everyone, welcome to Insightful Gaming. In today's video, we're diving into a build I've been using recently in the First Descendant. This build is perfect for anyone just starting out and needs some guidance on constructing their Descendant, or for those who have just hit level 40. With this setup, I've easily defeated all the normal bosses and conquered the first two bosses in hard mode. We'll cover skills, playstyle, weapons, and finally, modules for both the Descendant and the weapons. If you enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more build guides. Let's jump into the build. The character Gley is unique among the First Descendant characters. She doesn't use shields, but instead relies on HP recovery through kills. She has two states, Frenzied and non-frenzied. In her Frenzied state, she increases her damage output but decreases HP recovery, making her playstyle high risk, high reward. This build revolves around aggressive play and managing Frenzied and non-frenzied states to restore health. Gley feels like one of the strongest characters in the game due to her damage potential, survivability, and skill combos. If you pick Gley, commit to mastering the activation and deactivation of her Frenzied state when needed. With dedication, she's one of the most powerful yet complex characters in the First Descendant. An effective Gley build relies on three key factors: equipped weapon, character modules, and player skill. Gley's gameplay centers on absorbing life spheres from defeated enemies, which boosts her overall power. Additionally, she can activate a frenzied mode by consuming health, HP, significantly increasing her damage output. This requires a strategic balance between gathering life spheres and carefully using HP to maximize damage potential when it's safe to do so. Gley's damage output is more dependent on her weapon than any other Descendant character. Her abilities enhance her attack or defense rather than dealing elemental damage, making her highly effective at single target damage while still being capable of delivering strong AoE damage with the right equipment and ammunition. Unique to Gley, she has no MP or shields. The absence of shields and MP also opens up many module options for her that might be detrimental to other Descendants. Since she lacks a traditional casting resource, Gley benefits from an additional source of healing baked into her passive ability, Life Spheres. Enemies she kills have a 30% chance of dropping an HP orb that can be collected from their corpse. This orb despawns after 8 seconds, affected by mods, so be sure to collect it when it drops. Each orb grants a stack of Power of Life, a resource required for some of Gley's abilities, and she can hold up to 10 Power of Life stacks at a time. Next, let's dive into the skills. Gley's first ability is called Frenzied. Frenzied is a skill you can toggle at any time. It has no set duration. Activating this ability will enrage Gley, increasing her damage output by a static 15%. This is a multiplicative buff that you cannot modify through standard means, although it can be enhanced through the Predator Instinct Augment mod. Being Frenzied also increases all damage you take by 15% and halves the effectiveness of HP recovery sources, excluding the HP recovery module. Casting the ability also drains a small amount of HP, which can actually be advantageous for some of Gley's abilities. In fact, Gley's other abilities are altered based on her current state. If Frenzied, her abilities deal more damage and scale based on her missing HP. While calm, her abilities offer utility bonuses instead. Next up is her ability called Life Siphon. This ability deals damage to targets within range and recovers HP based on the number of enemies hit. I only use this ability when I am surrounded. In the non-frenzied state, it grants vigor stacks proportional to the number of enemies hit, up to 10 stacks. Each stack grants 2% damage reduction, up to 10%. The frenzied version simply deals more damage. It deals bonus damage based on your missing HP. The more HP you're missing, the more damage you'll deal. The skill gains roughly 10% of your skill power as bonus damage for every 10% of your HP missing. This is not affected by skill power modifier sources. Her third ability is Increased Sensory. With this skill, while frenzied, your bullets do not consume ammo. While non-frenzied, you generate additional life spheres and gain increased movement speed. Both effects are affected by skill duration and can be active simultaneously, although you'll need to spec for cooldown reduction to reasonably maintain both buffs. The real star of the show is the Frenzied buff. While active, your weapons don't consume any ammo. This allows you to use a rocket launcher as a primary weapon for a few seconds, giving Gley some of the highest single target DPS potential in the game. It doesn't last particularly long, but it's possible to have 100% uptime on the infinite ammo buff if you get enough cooldown reduction and skill duration, which we cover in the build section. Finally, her last skill is called Massacre. Massacre is Gley's signature weapon, inheriting your current weapon's base stats and equipped mods. The gun only has 3 bullets to work with, increasing to 10 if you consume all of your Power of Life stacks. That's not much, but you can extend this with increased Sensory's Frenzied buff to conserve ammo. By default, this gun behaves identically to your currently equipped weapon with 2 small differences based on Gley's state. In the non-frenzied state, also called calm state, each shot will inflict stun. In frenzied state, each shot fires a second bullet that exclusively deals skill damage. The foundation of a Gley build revolves around her unique passive ability, Thirst. This ability restores HP for killing enemies, but at the cost of her shields, making it a crucial element of her survival. By entering a frenzied state, Gley gains increased firearm attack power, but suffers from reduced HP recovery. This means her playstyle focuses on strategically activating frenzied mode to maximize offense and then deactivating it to kill enemies and trigger the Thirst passive for HP recovery. Another key ability in her arsenal is Life Siphon, which provides HP recovery and varies based on Gley's current state. Recognizing whether Gley is in a frenzied or non-frenzied state is essential, which can be done by observing her appearance, skill bar colors, and user interface. This awareness allows players to adapt their strategy and use Life Siphon effectively to maintain Gley's health and ensure sustained combat performance. Next, let's quickly go over the mods we're using for Gley. I'm currently using the Ultimate Gley, but this setup works perfectly with normal Gley as well. For this build, we focus on the non-attribute module, which boosts our non-attribute skill and reduces the skill cooldown. Next, we have Nimble Fingers to further reduce the skill cooldown. Additionally, MP Conversion reduces the skill cooldown. Altogether, this build achieves a 55% skill cooldown reduction, and it's not even fully optimized yet. We also use Maximized Duration and Skill Extension to enhance the skill duration by 71%. Reducing both skill cooldown and skill duration is crucial for an effective build. To make Gley tankier, we use 3 key modules: HP Collection, which instantly recovers 9% of max health every 6 seconds when defeating an enemy, increased HP and Stim Accelerant, which increases our HP by 248%, making Gley super tanky. Our defense is further enhanced by our gear, which we'll discuss in a moment. Finally, we use the Toxic Antibody module, but feel free to swap this out depending on the boss you're fighting. We also have one more available slot, so you can customize it as you see fit. If you're leveling from a new character, I recommend focusing on skill cooldown and skill duration with one health-focused mod. For her weapons, we are using none other than the Tamer. Essentially, you want to focus on traits that increase damage, which includes weak point damage, fire attack damage, and elemental damage like electric or fire. Colossus is also a good trait to have for bossing. I am still working on getting the best traits, but even with this, the weapon is amazing. As you can see, I have not activated the full module capacity yet, but I am using Electric Enhancement, Focus Fire, Fire Rate Up, and Action and Reaction mods. The focus for our mods should be on increasing fire rate, weak point damage, add 1 elemental damage. Once you maximize the capacity, you can add more modules that will give you more crit, such as Better Insight, which is a great module. For heavy, the best weapon to use with this build is the Vestigial Organ. Again, I have yet to fully unlock the module capacity, but for now, I recommend using Action and Reaction for more explosive attack, Rapid Fire Insight for 20% fire rate, Electric Enhancement for 20% electric damage, and Superheated Gun Barrel for 52% fire damage. Finally, we are also using Focus Fire. With this, you want to focus on increasing attack fire rate and overall damage. When it comes to gear, use a reactor that increases your non-attribute skill power and dimension skill power with an optimization condition of your choice. For the rest of the external components, I aim for health, defense, and some shield. Now that we've covered Gley's kit, let's discuss how to play her. Gley is primarily a weapons platform. Your weapon builds are just as important as Gley herself. If you equip her with a subpar gun, she won't perform well. Conversely, a well-optimized weapon will help her top the DPS charts in virtually every activity. Ideally, Gley thrives with a machine gun or SMG paired with a heavy weapon. Most Gley players favor rocket launchers due to their typically high DPS hindered only by small magazines. How you play Gley largely depends on the mission. For boss fights, trigger Frenzied and increased sensory immediately. This gives your weapon infinite ammo for a few seconds, allowing you to unleash tremendous DPS with a rocket launcher or sniper. You don't need Power of Life to use Gley's first or third abilities, so this strategy works well in Void Intercept missions. Just keep an eye on your health bar. For general content, start by casting her third ability while in the non-frenzied state. This generates a lot of life spheres when you kill enemies, which you can pick up to gain Power of Life. This resource fuels most of your frenzied skills. Once you're full, toggle frenzied and use the rest of your kit. Swap between both forms as needed to maintain your HP and Power of Life stacks. That's the end of the build. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe for more build videos. Have a great day.